Boxing Ego here. If you like this video, make sure you hit the like button and also subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon on the top of your screen to get notified when the latest new content drops. What up, fight world? It's your boy Ego and I'm back with some more fighting. Now, a couple of days ago there was a media call for Holm. She actually has her own fight coming up, UFC 208. And she's looking to bounce back after two back-to-back losses. Speaking of two back-to-back losses, another high-profile fighter that has experienced two back-to-back losses, but they were definitely worse. That was Ronda Rousey. And obviously, Holm, her name is forever going to be synonymous with the name Ronda Rousey because Ronda Rousey became this big global star. And Holm kind of put an end to that, or put a stop to that, and became the first to defeat Ronda Rousey. So at this point, Dana White, he did a recent interview. He says, I don't know if she's going to come back. And Holm weighed in on the media call, and I want to read some quotes and just give some of my thoughts. Holm says, I'm one of those that I'm a firm believer in the fact that once a fighter, always a fighter. She might not ever want to fight again. She might not fight for 2 years. And then she might say, you know what? I'm really egging for it. I want to get back in there. I really want to fight. I've had enough of this regular life business, you know. I think that right now, I think that's just an honest opinion. I bet she just feels, she kind of feels like, you know what, maybe I'm going to focus on other things right now. Going from a big high to a big low. I have a lot of respect for her. I've never said any different. I hope she's happy. I hope she does what she wants to do, whether that be fighting, whether that be going to focus on other things. Then they also talked about, do you think your victory, your knockout win and performance over Ronda Rousey, if that broke her spirits leading up into the Amanda Nunes fight, which she again got knocked out, this time quicker in 48 seconds. She says, Holm says, here's what I think about that. And a lot of people have asked me about that ever since she had the fight with Nunes. Coming off of a knockout, whether it's Ronda or anybody else, I'm not saying it's just her, it's just fighters. You come off a knockout, it is very, very hard mentally and emotionally. You second guess yourself. I remember when I got knocked out, every time I would spar for the first 2 weeks, every time I would get hit, I would be like, am I okay? Yeah, I think I'm okay. Am I okay? Yeah, I think I'm okay. You really second guess yourself a lot. And she's obviously referring to her run in the boxing world. She lost in 2011. Her opponent's name was Anne-Sophie Mathis, and she knocked her out brutally. I've seen the fight. It's on YouTube. Just type in Holm versus Mathis, and it should come up. It was weird that the ref didn't stop it because she was getting hit and she was clearly separated from her senses because she was just like in a daze, and the ref was almost negligent and he allowed it to keep going on. And then Mathis was just teeing off like bow, bow, bow. And then when it was finally over, it was like too late and she's like fell and wilted into the ropes. It was a bad knockout. So that's the knockout that she's talking about. And Holm went on to say, no matter what happens in training, it's still different in a fight. It's still real in a fight. There's stuff I was training all the time that I'd never done in a fight before. Once you do it in a fight, then you're more confident to throw it in a fight. But I'm telling you, the real moment and the real test is in the fight. And coming back from a knockout, there's moments where you get those first punches landed on you, and it's a make or break moment. I knew that going into the Nunes fight. Everybody was asking me if I thought Ronda was going to win or not. And I said, you know what? I don't know if she's going to win. However, I'll be able to tell you who's going to win in the first few punches of that fight. Because when I watch the fight, those first few punches that Ronda gets hit with, she's either going to say, oh, hell no, not this time. Or she's going to think, oh, hell no, this is happening again. There's two mindsets she can go to. It's really hard to tell your mind differently. Your mind is very powerful, and I think that would have happened if I didn't already knock her out before, because her mind had been there. So, interesting things from Holm. I have to agree with her. I think Ronda Rousey definitely, and I've been saying this even before the fight, her team to me is a bit arrogant. They thought they would be able to just go in there and get the belt back. They had a better chance if the ideal situation for me, or not for me, to me, would be if Holm is the girl that defeated Ronda Rousey the first time, right? And she was winning versus Miesha Tate. Then she gets rear naked choked or choked out or whatever and passes out, loses her title, aka Ronda Rousey's old title, in that fight. She got choked out in the 5th round, and that was to Miesha Tate. Now, the ideal situation for Ronda would be if Tate didn't fight Nunes and retain that title, and if she wanted to come back out of this long layoff and Holly Holm knockout to defend her title again against Miesha Tate, that would have been suitable. That would have made sense to me because she'd already beat Miesha Tate 2 times. And I think Miesha Tate, she's limited as a striker. Power is not as impactful as a Holly Holm or Amanda Nunes. I don't think she's hitting as hard as them, right? And Holly Holm's a boxer, an actual boxer who migrated over to the UFC and the MMA side of things and the kickboxing. But Amanda Nunes is a fierce, ferocious striker, right? And those styles are way more for Ronda Rousey to cope with. So in a perfect world, I think if Miesha Tate took the belt from Holm and retained it, then I would see Ronda Rousey coming off of a long layoff to fight Miesha Tate, because that's a style you've been proven good against, and then you build up. Other than that, I would have taken a tune-up, but her team kind of had this, oh, I'm not gonna be a do-nothing bitch attitude, and they paid the price because they went in there and got knocked out in 48 seconds. But I agree with Holly Holm. I think it was very apparent early. She seemed shell-shocked when she started getting hit with those first strikes from Amanda Nunes. I think a jab touched her and she just looked kind of spooked from that. And that's not good. And then it comes out, and I did a video about it. It comes out later. There's also other female combatants in the UFC, MMA world, and it gets around, and they're saying that and claiming that Edmond and Team Rousey doesn't allow her to get headshots or get hit in sparring, or hit the sparring partners can't hit her, or they'll be threatened, and then they have a gag order or a confidentiality agreement that they must sign. So it sounds like they're babying her in sparring, which definitely is not good, because you have to shake the cobwebs from the Holly Holm situation, and the best way to do that is, like Holly Holm is saying, you can practice things in training. That's half of the battle, but you don't know how you're going to be in a real fight. But even worse, it's like a double negative if you're not practicing it in training and you're not allowing sparring partners to hit you in the face, and then you just go up against that under the bright lights in the octagon in front of millions of people. That, to me, that makes no sense. So clearly Ronda Rousey should have taken a tune-up and built her confidence back. Now, we don't know where she goes from here. Dana White thinks she might be done. A lot of people think she's done. I mean, it's going to be hard to climb back up. But like Holly Holm saying, once a fighter, always a fighter. We'll see what Ronda Rousey does. Let me know what you guys think. I thought it was some interesting words. I'm definitely going to be checking for UFC 208 with Holly Holm's comeback. She has to break this back-to-back loss streak. One of them, like I said, she got slept and put to sleep by Miesha Tate, and then she lost her very next fight. So her moving up in weight, she's fighting at featherweight, I believe, and it's a new division. I'm anxious to see, because I also want to see, let's say if Holly Holm wins, will they make a Amanda Nunes fight or Cyborg fight? I don't know what's up with her. I heard she had some kind of flag from USADA, so I haven't heard any updates recently, but I would like to see Holly Holm versus Nunes, if they can agree on the catch weight or the weight. If Amanda Nunes, maybe she's willing to move up to featherweight. I don't know, because she has a title at bantamweight. But that's a fight I would like to see if Holly Holm shines and looks good in this next fight. I think it's happening in New York. Let me know what you guys think. Drop it in the comment section. Make sure you share the video, like the video as always. Hate, comment, and subscribe. Tonight's video is Ego signing off. So if you enjoyed this video and want more content like this on the channel, you can show your appreciation by going to the PayPal donate button or the YouTube support button. And you can donate any amount that you feel is equivalent to the value of this video. Much more to come. Thank you guys for your support. Boxing Ego, the future of boxing.